Hi, welcome to Estic Media on YouTube. It's ESTIQMEDIA. Yes, today we're not discussing politics. We're literally going to be talking about the trending entertainment program right now. I think it's a deviation from the current economic situation that Nigerians are actually facing. And obviously, it's Big Brother Niger. Unsolicited, though, they did not pay us money, or we're just yanning. Okay, so something prompted me to actually talk about some of the housemates this season because initially I didn't want to talk about it because I felt the season was so boring, it was dry. Literally, Big Brother was trying to extract anything to make the program quite interesting. Yeah, so I didn't see it, I didn't consider it relevant until Onyeka decided to become the center of conversation from, I think, wasn't it last week? Yes, when some certain things occurred and then the parents started talking and I was like, stand on your 10 toes. And then before you know, Cassia, Victoria, everybody started coming in. But so today I'm with Kayla. Hello. We're going to be discussing some certain factors in the house. Now, nothing personal. This is just basically how we're discussing stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start with the twins because there are two of them. There is Wanni and Ozee. Yes. Then there is Wanni and Handy. Wanni X Handy. Yes. Wanni X Handy. That's how they pronounce it. Okay, now so can you tell me what you think about those ladies?
Also starts with my opinion. I think Wanni and X Handy are no offense, but they're insecure. They come off insecure to me. They come off very defensive. They come off like people the ladies that don't listen, uncouth. Yeah, they're uncouth. They look like they don't listen to understand. They listen to just defend and talk back.
And if that says that you have witnessed in the house that made you come to this conclusion.
A very recent one was the live eviction show on Sunday. Ebuka questioned Wanni about a statement she made concerning Tofa and Suj, who are also in ships with other housemates. Suj is in a ship with Nelly, and Tofa is in a ship with Anita. Well, she made mention that Tofa and Suj don't respect their ladies in terms of how they approach other female housemates. So they're disrespectful to their ladies because they're too playful with other female housemates. And Sean, who she is in a ship with, doesn't do that. So Ebuka questioned her and she was like, oh no, Ebuka, I'm saying, but Ebuka highlighted as well that, well, we've seen cases where you and Sean have fought severally, and he has made very denigrating statements to you. He has made very derogatory statements to Wanni, calling her rude, calling her embarrassing. This is what this man says about you. It should make you think about your attitude and make you, study and work on yourself. But instead, Wanni keeps defending, saying, no, we are dating and we have issues, but we know how to sort out our issues. And she goes on defending very, very shamelessly.
Okay, so
what do you think?
Okay, everybody enter into the house with a strategy. Anybody claiming that they do not have a strategy is lying.
I believe that.
But when they enter the house, some things change, right? I don't have an issue with her entering a ship from day one.
Yes, me too.
What I picked offense was last night where she said that Mercy was struggling to give content and that she was kissing white money.
Mercy, the former housemate,
the first female in our In my head, I was like, is that not what you're also doing? Because I feel like for you to have entered this house without even trying to understand somebody, you just went right into that relationship. I mean, even outside the house, right? I don't know, unless you don't intend to have anything serious with that person, where the encounter is just going to be sexual. That's friends with benefits. You have conversations, you have sex, and then you just go. My question is that you just delved into an intimate relationship with this boy, and you said you gave yourself, you gave everything of yourself, and I've never seen this guy defend you for once in public or with anybody. So what gives you the right to talk down on other people's relationship?
I mean, you also don't know what the relationship is.
How do you know what they talk about? If I want to evaluate you and the kind of conversations you have with some of I'm sorry, it will not be nice. You know? So that's my issue with her. She has the vibe, the whole what Gen Z, the content, the fun, But then beyond that, I have never really heard you in some certain conversations. I'll be like, okay, forget all the fun and vibes. So this baby is like deep. Everybody has had traumatic situations, experiences. People have had their own traumatic upbringing, which could have shaped their lifestyle or shaped the way they live or whatever it is. That's inconsequential. But my issue is, you call out people. What about you?
Thank
And then
you.
when they call you out, you will now make it seem as if they're gossiping about you, they're talking about you, or why couldn't people come to your front and talk? Why? Then another issue too was, I don't want to call it an issue. People
Right.
blaming Nelly, they're calling her a coward.
Why?
Well, I think Nelly's been acting safe. She has seen how
That's
this
clearly
show
the
goes.
word. I don't think that's what she's doing. She's acting safe. I also personally think Nelly is not a team player. She
Okay.
is not. And you know the word the ladies use as in girls code or a girl's girl. A girl's girl comes off like a lady that will have their fellow ladies back before any other thing. So I just noticed Nelly had been very keen on her friendship with Anita and any other friendship aside her friendship with Anita, who is her pair, or the
Yes,
person
that
she
she
came in
came
with, doesn't matter to her. And she's shown that in several ways. I know she calls Onyeka her friend, but I've seen her say very, very funny things about Onyeka in the
Especially
house.
what transpired with Cassia recently. She just absorbed the information
From
and
one side.
when Abraham said what he said, she now
She
went
started
back to her.
realizing.
So I'm surprised. Like, make up your mind. Where do you
She made
stand?
mention of how she thinks friendships in the house are just for the sake of the show, but it wouldn't be anything substantial after the
It
house.
starts from there now. Who says you can
Exactly.
you can form a good bond with somebody
Exactly.
in the house?
I
and
think she's just
continue
made up her
outside?
mind. I think she's just made up her mind. I don't think she came here to try to, even with the ship, her ship with Susan. Now, many fans are still questioning, like, is this really genuine for you?
No, I don't know if it's genuine.
Okay.
Because Suji is a very young boy. Very
And
young.
she's like
she's
29.
29.
Yeah.
So in as much as I've seen Suj act like he really cares about
He
her,
does.
I don't know how it would be outside the house. But to be honest with you, aesthetically, they look beautiful. Like I just when you just be seeing them on
You
the
just
screen.
see them on the screen.
People like I give them a script, but I don't like
mushroom on
mushroom.
my screen.
I like they know when they're together.
I understand what you
I don't know.
mean.
They're aesthetically
Right,
pleasing to
right.
look at.
You just love
Exactly. You just
watching
love to
them.
watch
Even
them.
if they're not doing
Even if
anything.
they're exactly, that kind of a thing. So sometimes I feel like Big Brother should give them a script to act together. Let's just see that intimacy in them. People are calling her low budget Mercy AK, but that like they look alike. They do. Whatever.
She.
But that Mercy AK stands for herself. She defends herself. She
Which
doesn't
she
take
does.
rubbish.
And like,
But that in her own case,
genuine friendships. So
beyond that, like in her own case, when Wanni made utterances about her twice, she never confronted Wanni.
True.
She felt it was unnecessary. People were like, why can't you stand up for yourself? What are you afraid of? You can complain about people behind, but you can't come to their front to talk.
in Nelly's defense, I've seen her stand on 10 toes. I really recall that eviction show when Ebuka asked her what she said about Chinwe. You do recall Chinwe from the Zinwe pair.
About the
And she stayed on the
necklace thingy.
Yes, she will accuse her of stealing her gold bracelet. And then Nelly stood on 10 toes and she said, oh yes, this is how I feel. And she was making faces when we had the same outfits for the Saturday night party, but my own feet are more than hers. Nelly really threw shots at and she couldn't talk.
But I think after that time, I don't know what happened.
Yes, right. It looked like Nelly just went down.
But she said being safe, she doesn't want anybody to see her, to nominate her. I don't know. The lineup this week is tough. It's very, very tough.
But honestly, I would make reference to what you mentioned earlier. It's boring because you playing safe. You have many housemates playing safe this season, and we've seen so many strategic alliances just not to be nominated. But then that's the fun of the show. I like the way Big Brother had to even spice it up with doing open nominations. Now I know you nominated me. I nominated you to also just create a buzz and content that we're looking for as viewers. But honestly,
what do you think about Onyeka, the Mbadiwe boys, Cassia and Kelly
and Victoria?
What do you think about them?
It's so funny because I've had this analysis so much with my own people that I can't even give you the analysis again. But you see the whole dynamic with Victoria, Ozee, Onyeka, there's supposed to be like a triangle.
Okay.
Ozee, who is the infamous Mbadiwe, is claiming that he is in a relationship outside the house.
Okay.
So we want to believe that he has set his boundaries with every other person in the house, stating that he's in a relationship. But are you really though? Because we see you with certain females, e.g. Victoria and Onyeka, and you're always touchy with these people. Now we knew he started with Onyeka from the get-go. They had this vibe going. They just used to complement each other's energy and connected. And then next thing we know, Victoria came into the picture. She was this one housemate you would never recognize. She was just always somewhere quiet, never doing anything. And then Ozee brought her out.
Okay.
But from nowhere, a triangle wanted to start forming. It's like, oh, Ozee was trying to play both females.
Now, don't you think that's what it is up to
But
now?
then
You don't think that
That's what
his
he's
game
doing.
is still on that track?
That's what he's doing. It's a game. I personally think it's a game. I think he kind of realized that how this will favor him, it will favor him in terms of content. Like,
Okay.
giving viewers content. So that let's play something here. But I think he genuinely likes somebody.
Onyeka strategically started fine. Do you think she has lost herself in the game? Like she doesn't even know what she's doing anymore because she really started taking it personal with Ozee. I mean, is it Ozee?
Yes, Ozee. Yeah, right.
So you started off something, and then somebody is now playing the script that you supposedly started off with, and you have gotten lost in your strategy.
Ozee has gotten lost.
I think it's Ozee that's gotten lost.
Ozee has gotten lost. Onyeka almost got lost because
You think she's on track?
Now she got back on track when Ebuka had to question her about it, and Ebuka was saying her, "You're already speaking about Victoria making certain statements about her changing into a short skirt over Ozee, but I thought it was just friendship for you. So why would you feel a certain way if another female that is this guy's friend wears a certain
After
outfit?"
that, she's so on. In fact, there was one of the pool parties.
Okay.
Was
Like they dance.
club. I saw the way she was all over this guy. This guy
They dance. Yes, so one person
So that was after that.
So you think it's Onyeka's?
I feel like Onyeka is
falling
lost in her own strategy.
I want to ask you a question, Esther. If somebody is your friend and claims, "Oh, he's just your friend," this is a guy now, I'm talking from a guy's angle, and he says, "Oh, to you, I see you as a friend. I have a girl, but we're cool, and we're always, together, bestie talking," and then you and I follow or have an altercation argument due to whatever, and I sit down almost every day analyzing you, analyzing how things could have gone, why you talk to, and then never also taking responsibility for my actions, but always talking about Esther this, oh Esther that. Doesn't that look somehow? Doesn't it look like the player is getting played? Hello?
Maybe both of them have gotten lost.
No, these are both lawyers, and everybody's always complaining about how they are lawyering themselves.
Beyond that, like I said, I don't know. If Ebuka had called you out,
Right.
I think you need to re-strategize in terms of Onyeka.
Okay.
This guy, let's say they blame you. Make her realign or recalibrate.
She mentioned it. She mentioned it. Yeah.
Then I think other people complain that Onyeka talks a lot.
Oh, she does. I
And that
agree.
sometimes I think that
Some people think she can't even record that she said.
and people have misconstrued her because of it.
Completely.
Because the criticism I'm seeing on Onyeka, I'm like, waiting.
But she's doing content, unfortunately.
But she's giving content.
She's doing content because
So she's
thank you.
she's
Because
she's-
because of her.
and she's now making some persons factorize.
Thank you. And now they are becoming recognized.
We're sitting down now talking. What made all these people to start showing some attitude, some mannerisms?
Thank you.
Because of some of the things Onyeka
Onyeka
has
has
said. If she hadn't said all these things, we
have
would
been
think
quiet. Honestly, at some point, we better got angry and started playing music at night when they are sleeping. You know, we not often.
in the afternoon, we'll be sleeping.
We'll be
You can't
sleeping.
imagine that. Sleeping.
No,
It's crazy.
Something else.
So I think, no, okay, so what about
What you have to say about the Kelly Ray Cassia no marriage strategy? Knowing that they just got married, they're literally using their honeymoon stage in the Big Brother house, and they have a very, very interesting reality waiting for them after the house.
what's the interesting reality waiting for them after the house?
Well, things are not going to be the same. We know that.
They already said that in the house,
But then
obviously.
things now, Kelly Ray is going to be exposed more definitely because
That's
the
the
many
plan. That's
artists.
why they came to the house.
Yes, of course.
You
Going
should
to
have
want him.
First of all, for Kelly Ray, you
Right.
said you sing. I've never really seen you sing in the house. I wanted to see you because what's her name? Katia has displayed her creativity.
Oh, definitely.
She sews and
So
she's a
beautiful
creative designer. She
designer.
sews well.
Yeah.
So you say you sing, right? I have not seen you sing. I've not seen you actively
Sing
take on
yourself
singing roles.
out,
Even
yeah.
when there were times that you can just sing to yourself or just we've not seen you do that. We
Right.
saw White Money in the previous. Always try to show that, but even when we say White Money, stick to cooking jollof rice. But no, White said he believes in himself. He's good with the song and he's singing. So we've not seen Kelly Ray show that part of himself.
No.
Then secondly, I think he's very calculative, being very careful.
And safe too.
And well, most of them played safe this season.
Honestly.
The person that I felt would have really shown herself, she's already showing herself now. is the one.
Katia.
I feel like if Kelly Ray was not in that house,
I was just about to say that this small pepper. Oh, yeah.
That's another content there. But I think sometimes, and maybe due to the marriage and her husband, I think he looks at her and
Looking out for her,
he
yeah.
puts her. He puts her. Said, babe, don't forget yourself. Don't get carried away, and all of that. But how do you think Cassia got into the whole mix with the Onyeka situation?
Onyeka,
Yes, where
Victoria.
she said she had a feeling, then it was on that feeling that caused the fight between them and everything.
So
But people are
Cassie
saying
problem.
that Onyeka, whatever feeling that Cassie had was actually true, because
But
according to
then that
Cassie,
was
she
not
said,
for Kasia to say Onyeka told her. Now you're saying something else. You felt a certain way. Okay, it may be true, but did Onyeka say it? No. So you just clearly went out with false narrative, false gossip. You just
"No,
put it
maybe
out.
Ebuka put her on the spot. Ebuka did not
I
allow her to
really
explain
still don't
herself,
understand that
and that
whole
maybe
thing.
Ebuka is siding Onyeka.
In fact, there are allegations that Onyeka's fans paid Ebuka. Is that possible?
How?
We got to just tackle Cassia, but this was we all watched this. We all watched it. Cassia fans. Wow.
I don't know how to explain it.
But what do you think about the voting? Because this is very done. This is one of the most strategic votings I've seen in a long time. It feels like almost every season we can predict what's coming with.
I think this season they just wanted to give you. They feel this couple, they are legally married. The ship is not forced. It's not a strategic content.
Okay, so they want to give them money.
If we give them this money, it's
But that's some
valid.
sort of pity vote too, though.
They're telling me that it's not pity vote. They're like, okay, these ones are married. Let's give them the money to go
Because it's value and build their family.
value in this money, not this one that people are forming ship for strategy. They come out of the house, and I think that's basically, because to be honest with you, I don't think those married couples gave me content.
They did not.
I don't think they gave me content. To be honest,
Nobody gave me
nothing.
I have a few on my list.
So
I would say Onyeka obviously tops the list. What's because I like the dynamic with Victoria Onyeka. He's obviously
intelligent too.
Oh,
I think they feel themselves too much.
of course. They're trying. Ozee, Ben, he just left too on Sunday. Ben was very funny.
No, that's another lively aspect factor in this.
And with his humor and the sarcasm, you wouldn't know what he's thinking because he just puts everything with a joke. So he's always joking, but you don't know that he already has a strategy in place and he's still joking about it. So he'll be laughing like a momo, but he knows what he's doing. So I really liked Ben. He gave us content. The house now is really boring. I think these are my top three for this season. Nobody else has given me content in terms of Handy, Wanni, and Handy. I think they're just they're lively. I love their energy when it comes to party
vibes.
Of course, the vibes they have is when it comes to partying, you enjoy the duo. But aside that, nobody for me, nobody at all. TJ, the sneaky doctor, we see you. That's the real doctor, guys.
If that was his strategy, he's playing his strategy well, and nobody sees him, nobody suspects anything. I heard him telling Victoria one day, Victoria that I think Wanni is, she's feeling, whether that she has complimented your boobs. Don't ladies normally compliment each other? And if you've gone to an all-girls school where the bathroom, everybody bakes together, you see each other, you will see some boob sizes that, oh, this girl, she get fine. If I had your own, I would be it's normal to admire, unless she said something else. Yeah. After that statement, which is, unless she said something else, but I don't know what TJ was intending to do there.
TJ, because it seems like I don't know if he escaped nomination. I think he escaped nomination.
He didn't ever.
He's not up. So you may just enter finals. You see how are you by here watching?
You forget, no, he's up for eviction.
Really?
TJ is up, Jerry. I saw that. He's up. TJ is up.
Let me go ahead and check.
Because that guy. That was how last week that Ben left.
Oh yeah, right. TJ is up.
He's up. I think last week that Ben left, he was head of house.
He was the head of house.
I don't know if he's leaving this season, this Sunday. I can never tell.
He is.
Yes.
I can't wait for him to leave. I can't wait for him to leave.
Kayla is not chilling.
No, that is all I have to say about
that. I think we're just trying to, again, we're just, talking about what we can see, what we're able to see about stuff. We're not,
this is just a reality show.
We don't intend to, it's not a condescending manner. We're basically talking on what these housemates are giving us on the screen. When we're able to see what we can see, what we're interpreting from it. So no insults, no denigration, nothing intended at all. I'm not voting anybody. This is I don't have any whatever, so I'm just speaking from.
Oh, I'm voting for Onyeka.
Onyeka?
Yes.
This is an athlete Onyeka fan.
I am. I take it to my future.
I just like Oyinka for giving us content.
Yes, thank you
Because
very
most
much.
of the conversation
And she's beautiful,
centers.
body,
No, I love her.
body.
I love
And
her
she can
body.
dance.
It's natural.
Intelligent.
It's giving what people are doing BBL for.
Honestly.
People are going to pay.
And it's not just anybody, but she's beauty with brains too.
So yeah, you can say she talks a lot. You can say she manipulates. You can say whatever, but she's giving you something to talk about. I mean, look at us talking about it.
Exactly.
All right, stay tuned. Estic Media, ESTIQMEDIA. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Know what you think about this housemates. Okay, bye.